want to miss out on. You get what I'm saying? So it, when it comes to investing, people investing in entertainment is like the last thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or really, they don't even invest in entertainment.
No, I definitely understand that. And when you say UMG is worth 50 billion, it's like these people had hundreds of billions of
Now
dollars.
look at it exactly. Look at it like this: UMG is worth $50 billion. They got millions of songs, millions of artists, well, thousands of artists, or hundreds of thousands of artists. They own all this music, all these different labels. They own all of that over a course of however many years. And they worth 50 billion. Twitter been out how long, and they worth 44 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's two different worlds.
So just to us in the culture, we think
Music is
music is this, that,
everything.
and the third, but it's
Yeah.
like to the world that's actually going on around you, they don't care about that. So it's like whatever's going on down there is y'all. But let's be clear that as the world grows and these people who are managing assets, they look around, pause for companies to swallow up. And it is an opportunity. So that's what he's afraid of. He said, let me raise my power before they come take my power. So it's not even about the people below the music industry. It's about the people at the top of the music industry who's afraid of the people above them.
Right.
So in order for me to protect myself from them, I gotta grow it and get to a point where they're not looking at me like, oh, I'm a potential thick.
Yeah. They
Like
kind
my
of looking at you with some type of respect, like
not respect, but it's kind of like
Husma.
like they already maximizing their dollar.
And they don't need them.
It's not that I don't need you. It's like I don't see an opportunity to
Grow.
to make this better because you're already doing the best you can do.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm
Right. Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Right,
Like, it's not going to get better than what it's doing. So
right.
it
And
don't make
right
no sense
now,
for me to invest my money in it.
because once they invest their money, it's called a hostile takeover. It's clipped.
Damn.
And just like the music industry now, like when the artists have all this music, all this potential, and the artist sign a deal, the record label don't give a fuck about you. That's how these big time conglomerates are. They don't care about music.
No, as long as it's making
Right.
its money.
They already have their own team of elite geniuses who says, this is what we need to do, blah, 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 blah.
Well, it's kind of like some of the basketball owners who really don't care about basketball. They
Right.
just bought it, just to make a return on investment.
Correct.
So yeah, well, they definitely wouldn't want that. But well, they take it down. You know, the people that our community looked up to,
The
the music
influence.
industry looked up to.
They have to take them down because obviously there's another play that they want to do and they can't have these people in the way. We don't know what that play is. If we sat down and we thought about it, we can probably predict what next move they can make. But it's kind of like obviously it's something that we're going to do that we don't need people influencing them because they need to make more money, gain more. But you know what's so crazy?
What?
It's like it really doesn't matter what they do because music is always going to have, well, entertainment is always going to have a ceiling on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
A cap, yeah.
it's always going to have a cap on it. Because the elites of the world, their entertainment is real life. The world is their entertainment. So it was like, I don't need you to like create something to entertain me. I'm entertained by my backyard. You should see it. I'm entertained by traveling the world with my rich friends. This is their entertainment. People who don't have money and that they need music to cast a spell on them that's going to make them feel good.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And obviously, everybody listens to music, but how they consume it is totally different.
And there's not a lot of music out there that's making you feel good.
It's not
So
because
they have a different agenda for music.
right, right. So the music company, the music business, the record labels, they're at risk of being bought, taken over, and losing all their power. So they have to do something before that. That's an actual fact.
Well,
That's an actual
whatever
fact.
they're planning on doing is basically taking out the influence.
Correct. They have to take away the influence because they feel like, and it's still shady though,
What do you mean it's still shady?
because it's like by taking out the influence, it shows that y'all about to do something that y'all probably shouldn't do
Mm.
because the influence would help you.
Well, not if they're not down with it.
No, but I'm saying if you're doing the right thing that pertains to music, you need the influence on your side. So to get
Okay.
rid of it, that shows that you're doing something wrong. Remind you, when these conglomerates come and buy y'all shit up, they're not looking at it like what's right or what's wrong. They're looking at it like what's going to make money, right?
Yeah.
And the record labels are looking at it like what's going to make money and let us keep power and control. I think it just turned off. Did it?
No.
Okay. They look at it like, you know, we want to keep power and keep control.
The record label.
The entertainment business,
Period.
period. It's not just music. It's just like that with movies and TV shows, and it's just, you know, like when you think about the hood, look at the entertainment business like the drug business. It's a whole bunch of cutthroat and everybody worried about themselves.
Yeah.
It's just a low level of making money. $50 billion. Jay-Z got is worth $2 billion.
Oh, okay.
No, Jay-Z's worth like $3 billion actually. And UMG is worth $50 billion. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I feel like they have a lot of different companies that they own, and 50 billion is kind of not a lot for just all the stuff they own, including themselves.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. But I feel like it's because they did it wrong.
Well, obviously they did it wrong. They have, so many lawsuits being thrown at them. It's crazy.
They did it wrong because they try to maintain control and power.
Well, it's meant to be shared and spread it around. So,
Right. You didn't have to maintain control and power and all that. They would have been way like music to me should be like $1 trillion industry. You know, and even if the artist had amongst everybody 300 billion and y'all had 700 billion, like that would be unfair, but the artist would be richer. You know how many artists that we love that's broke right now? Like Ashanti? That's
why you
crazy.
had to say Ashanti like that?
You know why I said Ashanti? Because I love Ashanti, right? And this is no shade of Ashanti, right? But I said Ashanti because I remember a few years ago they had to cancel her shows because like one person was there.
Don't violate Ashanti like that. I don't think that was Ashanti. Maybe that was like, I think that was Ja Rule or something, and 50 Cent brought up like the whole front rows and it was empty. So,
Bow Wow.
you think Bow Wow's broke?
Okay. When I'm talking about Bow Wow and Ashanti, those artists, I'm not saying they're broke. I'm saying they're not worth what they're worth.
Right. They basically saying they could have had way more.
Like Warren G. I saw an interview with Warren G. And one song that Warren G did, Regulate, he made $100 million for his record label off one song.
He made $100 million for the record label or for one song.
Yes. And he had a whole career. Many
Uh-huh.
albums. I'm saying that one song made $100 million. Do you think he has that?
Hell no.
So they're not getting what they're worth.
No, they're not.
This is what makes the NBA so special. Although they're not necessarily getting what you can argue they're not getting what they're worth, but they're getting hundreds of millions of dollars. These artists aren't getting that, but they're making that for the labels. How much money you think Hot Nigga made Bobby Smurda before he went to jail?
Man, millions of dollars. Like millions.
A lot of money. They don't care. They take all of it and they don't give a fuck how you live. It's like this little bit I give you.
And they keep you coming back. Basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're like janky, the record labels. And that's not sustainable. And I feel like